This is lesson 7. We will first take off with a 10-foot wingspan airplane. So first thing we'll do is set the flaps for takeoff, and then we will unpause the simulation and set the cursor for the aircraft controls. Then we will add full power and release the brakes. The plane does speed up very quickly, but due to a very low wingspan, it doesn't generate as much lift, so it will require higher takeoff speed. So as you can see, we're still rolling at 120 knots and we're not taking off. Then we slowly pull up and we manage to take off at around, from here we can see 123 knots ish. You can see it's quite unstable takeoff due to the very short wingspan. You can see from the outside. Now we will see on the data C, you'll see that the takeoff speed was 94 knots and the takeoff distance was 1,658 knots. We'll now do the same takeoff but with the 50-foot aircraft. As you can see, we'll set flaps to take off as previously done, and we will add full power and release the brakes. As you can see, it takes long. The airplane just lifts off by itself without even doing any inputs. You can see we are just below 60 knots and we're still climbing, due to the high amount of lift generated by the wings. As you can see, by barely even pitching up the nose, the airplane just wants to climb by itself. The takeoff distance was 143 feet and it took the airplane rotated at 33 knots. So now we will try and land with a 10-foot aircraft. You can see it's very unstable, very hard to keep a stable approach, and we're quite low. As well, with full flaps, it's quite hard to maintain the altitude, but we managed to. But we're now slowly coming down to the runway. We'll try and release or reduce the power as we approach the runway, but due to being very unstable, it'll be very hard. We're trying to slowly approach the runway, but due to being so unstable, we just bounce off due to a very hard landing. We managed to hit the runway as on the second bounce smoothly enough for the aircraft not to bounce again, and we managed to bring it to a stop. As you can see, it's a very short wingspan, really unstable aircraft. We'll now do the second landing with a 50-foot wingspan aircraft. You can see that it's very, very stable. It's not moving around much. It's descending at a very constant speed of 80 knots. We are with full flaps as well, and you can see that we have to pitch down, force the nose of the aircraft down as it wants to climb due to the high lift being generated by the wings. We'll slowly pitch up to try and land the aircraft. Due to being such a high amount of lift being generated, the airplane just floats a lot. We're just floating a lot over the runway as we're trying to slow down to force the aircraft down. We are at around 50 knots and still the aircraft is trying to fly, and we eventually managed to hit the runway, bounce a bit as well due to such amounts of pitch deflections, trying to force the runway trying to force the aircraft into the runway. We finally managed to bring it to a stop. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.